everyone means we're live. A casual take with your boy Stephen Pepper, here to give a take off my chest. So I want to ask anyone who was pro 12 team playoff, did you have fun this weekend? Did you? Watching not one, not two, not three, but four stinking blowouts. Because that's exactly what happens when you expand the playoff to 12. You start inviting teams that have a negative shot of not just winning the title, but just one freaking game. The average margin of victory over the weekend, get this, was 19.3 points. 19.3. And if it wasn't for Indiana's garbage time pad, it would have been well over 20. Every single underdog, again, there was four of them, were all down by at least 21 points or more sometime in the third quarter. Those games sucked. And this isn't me being anti-committee, said they picked the wrong teams. No, because I don't think it would have mattered if it was IU and SMU or at Bama and Ole Miss. Those are all deeply flawed teams. And what happens when you ask those type of teams in a sport without a common schedule to go on the road in frigid temperatures against a juggernaut, they have no shot. Oh, but dude, blowouts happened all the time in the 14. Yeah, they did. So why did we further expand all the way out to 12? Like, do we really need this many games to crown a national champion in this sport? Because I don't think so. Oh, well, this guy must not like football. Why are you hating on getting more games with higher stakes that mean more? I can't argue that. These games got more stakes. They mean way more than having Penn State and Indiana in the Cheez-It Bowl. They do. But hypothetically, bro, you could use that argument for infinite expansion. But when you infinitely expand, you cannot tell me with a straight face that Citadel deserves a shot at the national title. So you have to draw a line, and where you draw the line is using an argument that this team has no shot. And to me, that line is a lot higher than 12. Again, listen, I'm not anti-expansion. I'm not. Did I think we were fine in the BCS model where the two best teams just go play for the national title game? Yeah, I was. But then I understood that, hey, there's more than two teams that can win a national title. So I thought 4 was fine. Even though I thought it was flawed, didn't really understand the committee's consistent criteria all the time, I thought 4 was fine. But then I also understand, the super team era of 2019 LSU was kind of over in the transfer portal and the age of the NIL. So there's more than 4 teams now that can play for a title. So I'm like, all right, let's expand to 6. But 6 was my limit. I thought 6 was perfect. 8, you're really stretching me out. But 12, how do we go from 4 to 12? And when you go to 12, is what you get is what we got over the weekend. I was actually at the Ohio State versus Tennessee game. That looked like Ohio State versus Kent State. I love the experience, though. I'm a Columbus guy. I root for the Bucks. The one thing I do love, I don't want to be heavily critical today. The one thing I do love is that the home playoff game thing. I thought that Buckeye crowd was electric, although I was freezing my toes off. But the game was over just like that. It was 21-0 in the first quarter. And Ohio State did that to an SEC team. Because this is what happens when you ask a Tennessee team who's not that great in the era of a super conference where you don't even play a common schedule that much within your own conference to go on the road, freezing temperatures, and play an absolute real national title contender. They're going to get smoked. Like you're inviting team. Again, I'm not anti-expansion, but I'm just anti-expanding too far. This is what happens when you ask a team in an era where in a have-not sport, where there's a huge talent disparity, to go on the road and try to win a game. They have no shot. And that's why the margin of victory was 20 points. Yeah, blowouts happen all the time. It's football. But when 1, 2, 3, all 4 of the first-round games were decided before halftime, it's not a coincidence. It's a pattern that we have let teams like Indiana and SMU who have no shot, not just to win the title, but one game into the playoffs. I don't want to see that. Yeah, the games mean more, and it's cool to have home playoff games, but they feel like big games pregame. But then when the game kicks off, again, it looks like Ohio State versus Kent State. Why do we have that many games to determine a national title game? When you expand to 12, you're actually punishing teams like Oregon, Ohio State, Penn State, Texas, who actually can win a title by forcing them to play more games. So I don't think we need a 12-team playoff, but let me know what you guys think. I appreciate everyone for tuning into this episode of A Casual Take. Follow my social medias to stay updated on all things related to the show. Until next time, see you.